Welcome back to Breakfast Television, and welcome to Assiniboine Park. And we're spending a little bit of time today talking about what you can expect in Canada Day, which includes professional fireworks free here at Assiniboine Park. But if you're doing things at home safely, we want to make sure you do it safe, so we brought in Mark through. Mark, we were talking earlier about fireworks, and we're going to start with this thing, my paperwork. I got to make sure I have a permit.
You have to have a permit, and you can get them at any fire hall in the city of Winnipeg.
Okay.
Now, the only consideration is if you don't have the 100-foot clearance from a building, then you have to go into the actual headquarters and get a letter
from them to make sure I'm doing things safe.
To make sure that they've got that clearance.
100 feet is a lot of clearance.
It's a lot. Most people in the city will not have that kind of clearance in their own property.
Right. So that's a good example of the fact that, the odds are, if you just put away the hassle and let the pros do it, it might be a whole lot safer. We've already put links on breakfasttelevision.ca so everybody knows where they can find some of the best fireworks in the city and have their fun. If I have this thing, I want to walk through a few things that I need to make sure that I'm safe, and that includes my base. Where should I be sticking my fireworks?
Well, basically, you have a few examples here. Some will come with their own bases.
Yep.
But you've got the barrage or the typical Roman candle. It'll even tell you what end to stick into, say, a pail of sand and how deep you need it. And then the big thing after that is igniting it so it doesn't tip over. The worst part about these is if they tip over and they start firing at you. But this is basically an igniter. You just light the end and you can reach and light the fuse. For those who actually maybe have some of the bigger barrage like these cakes or these fountains, you may want the electronic igniter.
Something like that thing.
Yeah, it's basically two open contacts with a battery power, and you hit the switch and you're quite a distance away, and then you watch the fireworks. Of course, that being said, being a responsible adult, this is where we want people using the fireworks for, because nobody under 18 is actually legally allowed to set off fireworks.
So we need an adult. We need an adult who has not been, we'll call it celebrating. We want to make sure that everybody's safe and sober the entire time. And
have their permits.
Have the permits in place. And you mentioned making sure things don't fall over, because if we're not securing those properly in a bucket of sand or safely in the dirt.
This is where injuries happen, because now the fireworks are pointing not straight up the way they're supposed to be.
Right.
For best effect, they're pointing at buildings, they're pointing at you, and everybody's just scrambling. And we've seen this before, and it happens.
That's a very good point. You know, we talk about these safety rules, and people can easily say it's not going to happen, but you and your department have seen this happen.
We see it time and time again.
So we want everyone to be safe. We want everyone to enjoy.
We want to enjoy their day.
Yeah, you know, it's a great way to celebrate. And the last thing you want to do to spend Canada Day is an emergency room or needing to call these guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to encourage everybody to make sure that they know exactly where their local celebration's going on. There's tons of free things at the Forks here at Assiniboine Park, and all the links are already on breakfasttelevision.ca. Thank you, pal, and have a safe Canada Day. What we're going to do is put all those links on breakfasttelevision.ca, but one thing we know is there's going to be great weather. Here with all the details, we got Jenna Kahn. Good morning, Jenna.